this is Paolo. Thank you for watching my video. Today I wanted to talk to you about 5 features your modeler has that sets it apart from an amp and pedalboard setup. So far I think we can all agree that out of a PA or as a recorded sound, the sound of a modeler is comparable to the sound of a real amp. Therefore, it's worth to explore what features sets a modeler apart from an amp and pedalboard setup. What functions can we get from a modeler that otherwise we couldn't get from amp and pedals? So I'm gonna tell you about 5 moments in which a modeler really made a difference in my life as a working musician. Before we get into it, remember to like and subscribe, and let's go. A few weeks ago, I was meant to record some music with a student of mine, help him out with some of his assignment. The school I work at booked us a studio. Unfortunately, the studio wasn't working properly. The audio interface wasn't interfacing with the computer. So luckily, I had my Pod Express with me, and quickly I was able to connect it to the student's laptop with the USB-C, connect the Pod Express to the studio monitors, and like that we had a setup that allowed us to record like some music. Otherwise we would have just wasted a day. I'm using the Pod Express as an audio interface, so any sound from Logic is gonna come through the Pod Express. I can show you. I can turn it down, turn it up, and I can play on top of it. Most modelers have the ability to act as audio interfaces, and they are actually quite good at it. And I think this is one of the most underrated features of this kind of devices. This is another studio experience. I was meant to track some vocals, some distorted vocals. The producer had brought a pedal that he thought would be really cool to apply to the vocals. Normally interfacing a microphone with the pedal is quite complicated. You need some cable adapters, impedances are mismatched because you have a mic level signal going into a pedal that really wants to see a line level signal. Because I had my Quad Cortex with me, I just plugged the microphone into the Quad Cortex and then used the send and return to connect the pedal into the chain. And the pedal was really happy because it was seeing a line level signal. I could control all sorts of parameters, and the engineer was really happy because he got a nice balanced output out of the Quad Cortex and not much noise. Now, as you can see, I've connected my microphone into the Quad Cortex and I've connected the TherpyFX Fallout Cloud into loop 1. If I activate loop 1,
the voice is very much distorted.
And I can do that without adding any electrical interference, too much noise, or having to drop the signal to line level. In a week, I'm flying to Italy because I'm playing at a wedding and I need a really compact solution to run my acoustic duo. So I'm bringing my Quad Cortex that has the ability to input 2 microphones and 2 more instruments into it. And in this case, I'm just gonna use the Quad Cortex as my mixing desk, as my effects unit, and to connect directly onto the speakers that I'm gonna use. It'll fit perfectly in my hand luggage and save me some money. Alright, duo going into all through the Quad Cortex. So everything is connected to the Quad Cortex. The vocals go in there, the guitar and the stuff is in there. This only controls the iPad, and then out to the speaker, to the monitor, and out to the PA. If you're interested in to know how to use a Quad Cortex to run an acoustic duo, just have a look at the video up here. The Quad Cortex is not the only unit that can run multiple instruments. The big Helix can run multiple instruments and 1 microphone. The Headrush products can do that as well. So just have a look around and you find the one that fits for you. So another live experience, this happened quite a while ago. I was at a function gig. We were running a silent stage because the venue had some limitation with volume. The drummer didn't have any near monitor pack. We needed to find a solution, otherwise the drummer would have just played without any kind of monitoring, and that would have been a disaster. So what I did, I gave the drummer my in-ear monitor pack and ran the monitor line into one of the inputs of the quad cortex, used the quad cortex to run the monitor output into the quad cortex headphone output, and then I was good to go. I just had to plug my in-ear monitors into the quad cortex and I was up and running, and it worked perfectly. To do that, you just connect your monitor feed from your mixing desk to the input 2, send that out to output 1 and 2, and then this becomes the level of your mix, and this becomes the level of your guitar if you cannot hear yourself. The last feature is the Chord Generator feature, and this will allow you to play some kind of synth pads that can change pitch underneath your guitar sounds, and if you play in a trio, this would really expand the sound of the trio. I think it's best implemented in the Line 6 products like the HX Stomp or the Helix, but albeit with a bit more work, you can do it with the Quad Cortex. You can also do it with the Axe FX, and I'm fairly sure some other modelers can let you do it as well. Before you buy a modeler, of course, check what are the functions, the features that you need. I like to think of a modeler as not just an amp and pedals, but there's a Swiss Army knife. There's a lot more tools in there than just that. And you can use it to do so much more stuff. It can solve problems during your gig, and it can open a lot of new possibilities. I hope this video might help you a little bit on your decisions. And if you ever used a modeler in an unconventional way, let me know in the comments below. I'm really curious to know. I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe down here, and as always, see you for the next one. Bye!